Side note, the number of times that I've smacked myself in the face with my braid today is absurd. Not the best idea. Hi, my name is Kate and welcome to Habits of a Modern Hippie. It is finally springtime here in Denver. We've had a couple stop and goes where it'd be 70 degrees and then snow the next day and back again. But hopefully, fingers crossed, it will finally stay spring. However, with spring for me comes spring allergies, and I know it's the same for a lot of you guys too. I grew up on the East Coast and then moved out here a few years ago, so my hay fever and my body is still getting used to the different kinds of pollen out in the Rocky Mountains here in Denver. But I have a few products and tips that help me stay sane, my nose open, and my cough gone for all of allergy season. And you might have noticed I have two fluffs on the bed, so if they get up and walk around, that's what's going on. And yes, if you can see, Miko is wearing underwear. That is because she's in heat, and just make sure that my apartment doesn't get messy from that. Let's start off with a super simple way to help prevent some of those allergies or lessen their effects depending on how potent they are for you, and that is local honey. This honey is from Lazy Bee Ranch. It's a front range honey company. I just got this one at Whole Foods. I usually have a vat of raw honey that's about this big that I adore from Ichiban Honey that's around Boulder. However, every time I try to find his honey, they are completely sold out, and apparently there's a wait list for forever because it is that good. The way you use this to prevent allergies, you put a teaspoon of this in your morning tea or your hot water with honey and lemon, and because this has local pollen in it from the bees, it will get your body used to that pollen coming in. So this can lessen the effects. It's not going to help completely, especially me, who flew over to Nantucket while it was still snowing, came back a week later, and all of the trees have been blooming, so I've had a crazy stuffed nose. So once you do have those allergy symptoms, and I know some of us, doesn't matter how hard we try or what we use, we are always going to have them. And when that comes in, I pop one of these. This is called Sabadell. It's from Boiron. Boiron is one of my favorite holistic health companies. They are amazing. This is a homeopathic medicine. And it comes in these easy little tabs that you melt on your tongue. This says it is allergy relief for itchy and watery eyes, sneezing, runny nose, itchy throat, and nose. Essentially, this is a really great relief from those like weird itches that you can't really scratch. Like I know when I get allergies, sometimes it feels like I'm itching on the inside of my ears, which is like not even possible. It's like in the back of your throat somewhere. Such a pain. But this is really great for that. It works with your body naturally. And the reason I use this is Sabadell is it's a bunch of those homeopathic medicines that you see in tubes, like these, but there are a bunch of them in one of these little tabs. So it's a lot more cost effective to go out and get the Sabadell versus get like the 6 different little baby tubes that go into one of these. And while I definitely have researched all of the products that are in there, I don't know everything off the top of my head. So I'll link to this product site below and you can see kind of like the drug facts and what's in there. So once you've popped one of those, and if you have allergies to the point that you have a horrible cough, sometimes your throat will still be a pain in the butt. This is Throatcote tea by Traditional Medicinals. Amazing. I use this all the time if I'm sick. It has slippery elm and licorice and all of those great throat coating herbs in there. It tastes really good. You can sweeten it a little bit with that local honey. Then, to go along with that Throatcote tea, I add a few nettle leaves in. And nettle leaves, this is a giant bag because I buy my herbs in huge amounts of bulk for my business. So this will coat your throat, and then the nettle leaf will help bring any inflammation down from all your mucous membranes. Sounds gross, really helpful, especially if you get inflamed in your nose from blowing it a lot, inflamed throat from coughing a lot. That will help keep that inflammation down. And this one will coat your throat so you can teach. And by teach, I mean talk. I use this because I teach yoga, and not having a voice while trying to sing to babies, not the best idea. So we have gone over lots of different things I use to prevent and help with those symptoms, but we haven't quite gotten to the congestion yet. I get really congested. That feels like in the middle of my forehead, down through my nasal cavities, all of that gross stuff. I have talked about a neti pot. This is mine before on this channel, and I will link that video up above, but I absolutely love a neti pot. You fill this with distilled or filtered water. You add a pinch of the nasal cleaning salt and put it up through your nose. It comes all the way through your sinus cavities and the water comes out the other side, bringing all of that mucus with it. You can use this up to a couple times a day, especially great if you're trying to fall asleep and you can't because you can't breathe and your mouth breathing and your throat feels awful, which happens to me. But neti pots are wonderful. They make me very happy and it makes it so much easier to breathe. The neti pot brand I use is the Himalayan Chandra neti pot. It's a porcelain one versus a lot of times they have plastic ones. If you heat up the plastic ones, they can get warped and things like that, so I prefer this porcelain one, and I know that this one doesn't have any BPA because it's porcelain. And then I use the Ancient Secrets Nasal Cleansing Salt. And I will link everything that I've talked about in this video down in the down bar below. I believe you should be able to get everything on here from Amazon, which is really great, but if not, you can also get it at your local Whole Foods, your natural grocer, all of those health food stores. And last but not least, I love an essential oil diffuser. Mine is from Young Living because I've used their oils for a long time, but there's so many different ones you can get, either in store, online, all of that. This one was just super simple. I diffuse eucalyptus and peppermint when I have allergies. It's really gonna help open up your sinuses. That eucalyptus especially, which is why you put it in like a spa and things like that. It's just gonna open everything up and let everything drain out. Popping a couple drops of this. Mine is actually really big because once again, I get them in bulk because of my business, but you can also get them in little sizes like this because all you need is a couple drops at a time. You pop it into your diffuser and that will diffuse the scent throughout your entire house. And every time you breathe that in, it's going to help open up all those sinus cavities, all of that blah that gets super congested, and help you feel better way quicker. I would love to know, these are just a few of my favorite things when it comes to allergies, but do you have any tips I'd love to try out? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe below. I do wellness videos on Wednesdays, and then little girls over here, some weird Sundays with my little pups who are very much so passed out on the bed. And then sometimes I do vlogs on Fridays, depending on what I've been up to that week. But thank you so much for watching, and we will see you again soon. Bye! Next, I keep two different types of towels near the door. The main one is just for their paws, but this is a microfiber towel. And the reason I like microfiber is just, it's going to take all of that wetness, all of that dirt, it's just going to really